Hey friends, welcome back to Theme Park Guide Productions. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you my top 10 roller coasters at Dollywood. This is a family theme park located in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and is home to 10 different roller coasters. I have ridden all of the current roller coasters in the span of 2 different trips, dating back from 2019 to 2026, and in this video, I'll be ranking the coasters from worst to first. Number 10, Whistle Punk Chaser. This is a small Zamperla Kids coaster, and this coaster is your standard Zamperla kiddie coaster. There's not much to talk about here, so I'm naturally putting this one in last place. However, it's a good coaster to take the little ones on, and you get to ride it 3 times, which is nice. Number 9, Blazing Fury. This is an old school indoor roller coaster, and while this attraction is mostly a dark ride, it does incorporate some roller coaster elements towards the end of the ride, with a few drops that will sure surprise you, including a drop that blasts you with smoke at the end of the ride. This is a very well themed attraction with a fantastic facade and some very old school animatronics that definitely give this roller coaster that classic vintage feel. While it may not be up to date with the more modern roller coasters, this is one ride that you just go on for the nostalgia and charm. Number 8, Dragon Flyer. This is a Vekoma family invert, and despite this coaster being at number 8, it's quite surprising for a family coaster. What makes Dragon Flyer stand out is how it flows through the course. You go through some fun twists and turns that pull some surprisingly positive G-forces, and it runs very smooth, and I love the visual and presentation that this coaster provides. While I wish the capacity of this roller coaster was higher, it does only run 1 train. This is still a very fun roller coaster for the whole family to enjoy, and coaster enthusiasts will sure get a kick out of this roller coaster. Number 7, Mystery Mine. This is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter coaster, and this is definitely one of the best themed roller coasters in the park. The building is massive, there's lots of detail, and it looks like something that Disney would build. This roller coaster is a mix of a dark ride and a roller coaster, with some really neat effects that include strobe lights, bad eyes, crows, and fire effects. The dark ride sections of this coaster are very well done. However, the coaster itself can be hit or miss, as it does run quite rough due to the sudden movements of the layout. However, on my most recent rides, I really didn't find it to be as bad as when I rode it in 2019. The new section of track does make a huge improvement to the overall smoothness, and I was quite impressed. This is a roller coaster that I wish I could rank higher, as I do love the theming, but due to competition in this park, it lands here at number 7. Number 6, Fire Chaser Express. This is a Gerstlauer family coaster, and for starters, this has to be one of the most unique roller coasters that I've ever experienced. You have a punchy launch out of the station that takes you into a smooth sailing course where you go through some drops, twists, and turns through some neat scenery and over pathways. About 75% into the ride, you go through a show scene where fireworks are about to explode, you have some fire and smoke effects, and then you launch backwards for the rest of the ride. The coaster runs super smooth, the theming is top notch, it has a very unique layout, and overall, I'd say that this is a very solid family coaster. Do be aware that this does get a very long queue. During the visit, it did have the longest queue of the park, other than Big Bear Mountain, and it was pretty consistent for the most part, so I'd say hit this coaster early or towards the end of the night, but it's definitely well worth it. It is a very solid family coaster. Number 5, Big Bear Mountain. This is a Vekoma family launch coaster, and it's the newest coaster in the park. This ride packs a punch for being geared towards the families. This coaster features 2 launches, and the layout takes you all the way through the entirety of Wildwood Grove, through fields, a cave with waterfalls, and over pathways too. This is the longest roller coaster at Dollywood with over 4,000 feet of track. This roller coaster also pulls some positive G-forces during the ride, which gives it that extra kick. The best word to describe this roller coaster is that it's relentless and very smooth. There isn't much theming present, which I felt like was a missed opportunity, but the roller coaster does have onboard audio, which I do appreciate. I was very impressed with this roller coaster overall, and it's definitely up there as one of the best family coasters. Number 4, Wild Eagle. This is a B&M wing coaster, and I enjoyed my rides on this in 2019, but during my most recent visit, I enjoyed this roller coaster much more. The layout is tons of fun with some floaty and smooth sailing inversions, the coaster runs very smooth, and you pull some great positive G-forces on this ride. Plus, the hillside setting is spectacular, and you get some incredible views of the park from the top of the lift hill. The trains for this roller coaster are also well themed, and I enjoyed the overall presentation for this roller coaster. One of my biggest complaints I had with this roller coaster in 2019 were the vest restraints, but they didn't kill me that much during this past visit. Overall, Wild Eagle is a very fun wing coaster and a core attraction for Dollywood. Number 3, Tennessee Tornado. This is an aerodynamics custom looping coaster, and you might be asking, how does an aero looper make the top 3? Usually when you think of an aero looper, you think of the words like rough, painful, and unenjoyable, but those words should not be said for Tennessee Tornado. This was the last looper that Aero built, and they went off with a bang. This roller coaster is very surprising. What makes Tennessee Tornado great is that it's built to the terrain, so you get some really cool moments, including a drop inside the hill, which is a spectacular way to start off this action-packed ride. The coaster also goes through 3 large inversions, and this ride is intense. The positive G-forces pulled on this roller coaster are very strong. Plus, you even finish with a small little ejector pop going into the final brakes. While this coaster is not a long ride at all, it packs a punch for what it provides, and it's the big sleeper hit here at Dollywood. Number 2, Thunderhead. This is a GCI wooden coaster, and this roller coaster is one of those rides that is so strong because of its action-packed layout. Thunderhead brings in the full package that you'd expect from a GCI in providing a layout that is packed with lots of ejector pops, large turns, a station flyby, and this is a very fast-paced roller coaster experience. The words I would use to describe Thunderhead is that it is relentless and aggressive. Some people have complained about this coaster being rough, but on my most recent rides, I found this coaster to run smooth for a wooden coaster. It has gone through some track work over the years, and for an older GCI, it has aged quite well. Even with some of the more modern innovations that GCI has produced in more recent years, this wooden coaster is still one of GCI's best. Number 1, Lightning Rod. This is an RMC hybrid coaster, and when this roller coaster debuted in 2016, it was super innovative for the roller coaster industry with the launch lift hill at the beginning of the ride. However, this ride has seen lots of change by doing some track work from wood to steel and with the removal of the launch at the beginning of the ride and replacing it with a high-speed chain lift. I rode this roller coaster with the launch back in 2019, and this became a top coaster in my books. It even became a number 1 coaster for a bit. However, after my rides on this trip, I didn't find it to be as good. However, it's still incredible for what it offers. For starters, this roller coaster uses the terrain to its advantage phenomenally. You go through numerous hills and terrain, which adds to the adventurous nature of this roller coaster, and the airtime is still some of the best that I've ever experienced, especially the quad down. It may not be as powerful as I remember it being in 2019, but you still get some strong ejector airtime pops. Overall, this has become a weaker tier RMC compared to when I rode it in 2019, but I still love this roller coaster. It delivers a phenomenal thrill, and it's, in my opinion, the best roller coaster at Dollywood. To summarize this video, Dollywood is one of the best theme parks around, offering experiences for the entire family to enjoy. Whether that would be a high-speed thrill ride to something more relaxing, Dollywood has a stellar roller coaster collection. However, this is how I would rank the roller coasters at Dollywood from worst to first. And without further ado, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe as well for more videos in the future if you enjoyed this one. And comment below, how would you rank the roller coasters of Dollywood? And don't forget to turn on those post notifications so you guys know when to upload a new video. And as always, make sure to check out Theme Park Guy Productions as well on all social media platforms. Linktree will be in the description below. I will see you guys next time, and as always, you are clear for dispatch.